maybe I didn't treat you.
You didn't just hear these songs, you felt them through a kitchen radio, a truck window, a jukebox you were too young to be near, but some of them almost never got made.
Blame it all on my roots, I showed up in boots.
Some were written in minutes, and some of those artists didn't even want to record them. 10 songs, real stories, and the truth behind them will hit harder than the music ever did. Number 10, John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads.
West Virginia.
That open guitar, that voice wide and clean like a spring morning. This wasn't a bar song, it was a highway song. A song about a place you carry inside you, no matter how far you travel.
Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River.
Written in 1971 with Bill Danoff and Taffy Nivert after a long drive through rural Maryland, produced by Milt Oken on RCA Records. It hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot Country chart and crossed over to pop.
Life is older than.
The RIAA certified it 3 times platinum. In 2014, West Virginia made it an official state song, even though it wasn't written there.
The trees younger than the mountains.
Denver wasn't a traditional country artist. Nashville didn't know what to do with him. He didn't fit the outlaw mold or the honky-tonk mold. The song cut through anyway. Every label, every format. You've heard it so many times, it's easy to take for granted.
Like the breeze, country road sings, take me.
But the first time you heard it as a kid, you didn't know any of that. You just knew it made you feel something you couldn't name. That feeling never really leaves.
Home to the place.
And if that one took you somewhere, wait until you hear this next story. Number 9, Tammy, Wynette, Stand By Your Man.
Sometimes it's hard to be a woman.
Walk into a honky-tonk in 1968, and this song is coming out of every speaker, slow, aching. Tammy didn't just sing it, she lived inside it. Every word sounded like it cost her something. Co-written with producer Billy Sherrill in 15 minutes right before a studio session. Released on Epic Records, it hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country chart.
Your love to just one man.
One of the best-selling country singles of the entire 1960s. Inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1998. Tammy said years later she was surprised by the reaction. She didn't write it as a statement, she wrote it as a feeling. But other people turned it into a statement, and that debate never stopped. That argument kept the song alive longer than most songs from that era. Whatever side you fall on, one thing is clear. That voice was real, that pain was real, and 50 years later, people are still talking about it. The next one has a sound that could only have come from one man in the world. Number 8, Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire.
Love is a burning thing.
Those brass horns hit, the guitar comes in low, then that voice deep and wide like thunder coming up from the ground. This song doesn't just sound like country, it sounds like mythology.
And it makes a fiery ring.
Released in 1963 on Columbia Records, written by June Carter Cash and Merle Kilgore. It hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country chart and stayed there for 7 weeks.
Bound.
Those mariachi horns, Cash's own idea. The producer wasn't sure, the label wasn't sure, Cash didn't care. He heard them in a dream and put them on the record. He was right.
My wild desire.
This song gets swallowed by Cash's later legacy, the prison concerts, the American recordings. But Ring of Fire was the moment the world understood what Johnny Cash was.
Fell into a ring of fire. I fell.
Country, rock, blues, all of it at once. You heard it before you knew who he was. But when you found out, everything made sense.
Into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down.
The next song turned a card game into the most quoted wisdom in American music. Number 7, Kenny Rogers.
On a warm summer's evening, train bound for
The Gambler. Sit down at a bar with somebody over 50 and start humming this. Watch their face change. This song doesn't just play, it arrives like an old friend who shows up exactly when you need them.
Met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep.
Written by Don Schlitz, recorded in 1978 on United Artists Records, won the Grammy for Best Male Country Vocal Performance in 1980, certified 2 times platinum, spawned 5 made-for-TV movies starring Rogers as the Gambler.
So we took turns staring out the window at the dark.
Schlitz was 23 when he wrote it. He shopped it around Nashville for 2 years. Multiple artists passed. Kenny Rogers heard it and understood it immediately.
The boredom overtook us, and he began to speak.
People quote this song without knowing it's a country song. The advice crossed every border. That's the mark of something great. It stops being a song and becomes wisdom.
He said, son, I made my life out of reading people's faces.
Up next, a song so perfect, it's been recorded over 500 times.
Hello, I'm Johnny K.
If you love real country music and the stories behind the legends, make sure you subscribe to Country Deep Dive. This channel is for people who truly appreciate the roots of country. Many of these country legends are slowly being forgotten, but their stories deserve to live on. By subscribing, you're helping keep their music and legacy alive for the next generation. And if these songs bring back memories for you, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It's completely free, and it helps us continue sharing the classic country stories that made this music so special. Number 6, Dolly Parton, Jolene.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Late night Nashville studio, one woman, one guitar, and a voice that can make you cry before the first chorus arrives. Jolene is not a complicated song, but it goes somewhere inside you and stays there.
Oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
Written entirely by Dolly and recorded for RCA Records, released in 1974, it hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country chart, inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2001.
Jolene, Jolene.
Dolly said the name came from a red-haired girl who asked for her autograph, but the feeling came from real life. A woman at a bank she felt had her eye on her husband. She turned that into 3.5 minutes of pure honesty.
Jolene, Jolene, please don't take him to...
Over 500 cover versions exist. Every artist who records it is chasing something they can feel but can't quite reach because nobody does it like Dolly.
Because you can.
Well, the next entry brought a cultural earthquake, Fawzden, and it divided Nashville straight down the middle. Number 5, Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy, Breaky Heart.
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn.
We teased this controversy earlier. Here it is, written by Don Von Tress, released in 1992 on Mercury Records, went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country chart.
Burn my clothes when I'm gone. Oh, you can tell your friends.
Crossed over to the Pop Top 5. Certified 4 times platinum. Reignited line dancing across the whole country. Some in Nashville loved it, some hated it.
What a fool I've been, and laugh and joke about me on the phone.
Traditional fans said it was too pop, too simple. In interviews, it's been said the establishment saw it as proof that country was losing its identity to MTV.
You can tell my arms go back into the phone.
some radio DJs refused to play it entirely. On the other side, millions of regular people just danced to it, bought it, and wore out the tape.
You can tell my feet to hit the floor, or you can tell my...
That's country music's oldest argument, who decides what's real country. This song didn't start that fight, but it made it louder than it had ever been.
lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more.
The next song won 3 Grammys, and it almost belonged to someone else entirely. Number 4, Willie Nelson. Always on My Mind.
Maybe I didn't treat you.
It comes in quiet, just piano, and then that voice worn smooth like a river stone. Willie didn't write this song, but he made it his. When you hear his version, you forget it ever existed before him.
Quite as good as I should.
First recorded by Brenda Lee in 1972, then Elvis Presley the same year. Willie's version came out in 1982 on Columbia Records and won 3 Grammy Awards: Song of the Year, Record of the Year, and Best Male Country Vocal Performance, all 3 in one night.
If I made you feel second best.
Elvis recorded it first, and Elvis was Elvis. But Willie's version is the one that lives. There's a tiredness in it that feels true, like a man who knows he made mistakes and isn't pretending otherwise.
Girl, I'm sorry I was blind.
It gets shuffled behind bigger Willie Nelson titles, but sit with it alone and it hits different. It doesn't shout. It just arrives and stays.
But you were always...
What comes next might be the greatest anthem about working class belonging ever recorded. Number 3, Garth Brooks. Friends in Low Places.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in booze.
The band hits that opening chord and the room changes. Everyone stops listening and starts singing. This song doesn't create a crowd, it creates a community.
And ruined your black tie affair.
Written by Dwayne Blackwell and Earl Bud Lee, released on Capitol Records in 1990. Spent 4 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country chart. One of the defining country anthems of the entire decade.
The last one to know, the last one to show I was the last.
Garth considered giving this song to another artist. He wasn't sure it was right for him. They worked through the arrangement in the studio, hit record, and that final section where the whole song opens up that came out of the session naturally.
One you thought you'd see there, and I saw this.
Not rehearsed, just happened. It outlasted every trend and every format war because it told the truth about who working people are and where they find their comfort.
Surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass.
Would walk into any bar in America tonight, play this song, watch what happens. The next story is about a song that won the same award 2 years in a row that has never happened before or since. Number 2, George Jones, He Stopped Loving Her Today.
He said, I'll love you till I die.
There are songs about heartbreak, and then there is this, written by Bobby Braddock and Curly Pootman, released on Epic Records in 1980.
She told him for...
Hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country chart, won the CMA Award for Song of the Year in 1980 and again in 1981. The same song, back to back. No other song in CMA history has done that.
Hi, what's the...
Critics and fellow artists widely call it the greatest country song ever recorded.
Years pass slowly by.
Jones hated it when he first heard it. Too slow, too dark. His producers pushed him hard to record it. When he finally committed and that voice wrapped around those words, something happened that nobody planned.
She still preyed on his mind.
It became the standard everything else gets measured against. It gets buried in streaming playlists behind more familiar titles. But sit down and really listen, not as background, really listen. You'll understand why grown men cried when it came out and why they're still crying today.
He kept her pictures on his...
The final song wasn't even written by the person who made it famous, and that is the most beautiful twist in all of country music. Number 1, Patsy Cline, Crazy.
Crazy, I'm crazy.
You already know, before the first note, before the first word, you already know this song, released in 1961 on Decca Records, written by a then unknown Willie Nelson, competing with herself. The RIAA certified it gold. Named the #1 jukebox song of all time by the Amusement Association, CMT voted it the greatest country song of all time. Patsy recorded it while recovering from a serious car accident. She was hurt, in pain. She recorded it in segments, and somehow that pain got into every syllable. You can hear it, not the injury. The Feeling has been playing somewhere in the world every single day for over 60 years. You heard it as a kid without understanding it. Now that you understand it, it hits even harder.